That's right. Welcome back to the Puck Drop Podcast. I am Cole, the NHL Music Man Chapman, and I am here with Lieutenant Jangle D, as always.
Where are we at?
Destin Edgington. And we are brought to you by Hockey Stops. If you need gear, just go to Hockey Stops. All
Just
right.
give them a buzz.
I'm sick of talking. No, I'm just kidding. I love talking about Hockey Stops.
I will fisticuffs right now. If you ever say that.
I need people to go there. That's what I'm trying to get at. I need to see results. No, I'm just kidding. But
I'll just give him Corey's number. It's 801. I don't have a clue, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, go check out Hockey Stops. Amazing people up in Ogden and Logan. And this episode is brought to you by Five Wives Vodka. Freaking Ed Cable. Love that guy. Can't say enough. He's their lead sales rep at the Five Wives. They do they get involved with a lot of Utah stuff. So.
You know what? I hope to see that in Nevada, Wyoming, and wherever it can go.
And so
Arizona, we're coming for you.
Next time you're at the liquor store and you're like, I'm gonna get some Tito's. Nope. You're gonna go get some Five Wives. And we are here
I don't know if you drink, but
with the one and only Brogan Houston. He is the Utah Mammoth. I got to get used to saying Utah Mammoth.
Yeah, me too.
He's the Utah. Fair to say you're the Utah Mammoth insider for the Deseret News.
That's right. Yeah.
Cool. Nailed it.
Forgive me if I definitely say Utah
No,
Hockey Club.
yeah, you can roll with that,
I've been
man.
writing it in articles. Like I'll go back and realize like,
Backspace.
no, like literally like go back after it's already like submitted to my
Where's the
editor.
whiteout?
Yeah, exactly.
well, you're not writing it. You're typing it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Control Alt Delete.
Yeah. Delete the whole thing.
No,
Wrong team.
Yeah, that's me.
So
I'm
has
like,
any slipped through before? Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yep, it has.
I don't mind the Utah Hockey Club as it is still.
Well,
So
it's like when
we haven't had it happen yet. So once you start buzzing around the facility, it's gonna.
Well, it's like when a new year starts, like we're in
Yeah,
2025.
Happy New
It's
Year.
like when a new year happens,
Right.
I'm like, I always
cares?
write down the wrong. It kind of feels the same.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
Fair.
We did it with the Phoenix Coyotes versus the Arizona Coyotes.
yeah,
It was like
yeah.
that for a year. And
Yeah.
then, we got used to it.
So have you been covering this team prior to Utah? Or
No.
okay.
So I graduated last summer and
Cool.
then just got the job
From
like,
where?
just before.
Where'd you
I
graduate from?
So I was at BYU, Idaho. So,
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so-
you were in Idaho?
Yeah, so I was in Idaho.
Idaho Falls?
No, Rexburg. Like just
Rexburg.
next
Yeah,
to
Rexburg.
Idaho
Yeah.
Falls there, yeah.
Hey,
Cool. I've got a lot of coworkers that
Nice.
I got a
came
lot of
from there,
family
so.
up there.
Yeah. Sweet.
And I'm actually, so I'm going to shout this out too. I have to. The goalie, Hawes, Jeffrey Hawes. I'm a mentor for him to get pushed out. He's a stud.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about Ben Haas. I was like,
No,
what?
that's Ben Housey.
Yeah,
but
Ben. Yeah.
Jeffrey Hawes, Haws. Shout out to you, buddy. Just
What
turned
happened
14.
with him? He made it to something, didn't
He
he?
might be going to Delaware. He might be going to the Rampage in
Yep.
Colorado. Like,
He's a stud. He's a young stallion of a goalie.
he's
And we
taller
love-
than me. He's like
we love young goalies.
5'10", 5'9",
Yeah.
just a beast at 14. Like, the kid's a stud.
Shout out to
He
that.
needs to get out of Rexburg, Idaho Falls area and get going.
Yeah.
Like,
He could
for
go
sure.
play for the Spud Kings there. There's a
Well, he wants to
they're a
play for the
decent team.
No,
Mustangs.
I mean, hey, they
Yeah.
won the
They
the
did.
Dineen Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to that, but not really. But
That's where I got my start in like hockey journalism.
We're
I like those
we're
guys.
huge on the Ogden Mustangs. We
Mustangs,
go to all
shout out to the
games.
Mustangs. Hey,
Yeah.
Kenny, keep an eye out on Jeffrey.
Yeah.
He's
So,
a Mustangs fan. He's not.
If you guys are
he's
shouting
there.
out the
He's-
Mustangs, I gotta say hi to my Spud Kings folks.
Fair enough.
Those guys
All right, we're
gave me
Interview over.
those guys gave me my first shot. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
That's
No,
awesome.
I actually, that team they are sick. I like their jerseys are awesome.
Well, the new-
They're
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Just the new arena
Really?
they built.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
facility, man.
And it's just like the Delta Center in terms of like loudness and like
Yeah.
like fan
Love
craziness.
that.
Like it's so cool. So
Love
cool.
that.
You got to get to a game if you can.
Yeah. And absolutely go Mustangs. Anyway,
We'll go up there when they're playing the Mustangs.
Yeah.
with all due respect, you know,
You'll be the two Mustang fans in the building.
We'll get booed out of there.
oh, we'll get beat up out of there, dude. Those boys are packing hay bales, brother. We're not. They walk out of that watching the game drinking protein.
Yeah. They're like, "Where's my pre-workout?"
It's real. I've played against them. Like, not that entirety, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got good programs up there for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're really loyal fans, so shout out to that as well.
And coolest name in junior hockey, like hands down, Spud Kings.
Spud Kings.
That's
I love it.
That's just pure.
It's hilarious.
yeah.
I mean, it's got that spin, but it works.
Yeah.
You know? It's good. That's hockey, dude. And you know what? That's the biggest rivalry.
There's so many
to Ogden
potato
Mustangs,
jokes
so
I can go down, but
we don't need to.
I love potatoes. Moving on. Brogan, you're the insider of the Utah Mammoth. I know it's off season. I know it's probably kind of slow right now.
Are you still busy? I mean, are you still having to write?
So I'm still doing my full,
just keeping up on
work
what's
hours and
going
everything.
on.
Yeah, I'm just mostly doing like evergreen content,
Where do you get your insider information from?
Lots of different sources, lots of
people.
I'm trying to figure it out too.
He'd have to kill you if he said.
Well, I can,
I'd have to kill you if I told you.
The thing is, it's with a job like that, like you can't just go to one person. You gotta know everybody.
Fill out
and I've only been in the job for a year, so I know my few sources, but as I keep going, I'm sure I'll get in contact with more people that can tell me more things, and that's how guys like Elliot Friedman get to where they are. Like they know everybody.
Well, you're a journalist, and we've talked about that countless times of where I'm over here like, are we doing a podcast, or is this just me and you and us doing what we do to talk,
hanging out,
and literally just asking prying questions and getting insider information that we don't give out though. There's a tilt with that for us. Like we're not trying to. We're not going to put
anybody.
Yeah. There's a respect with that.
I mean, we met you at the women's.
Yeah, that's
at
right.
the USA
Rivalry
versus Canada rivalry series, and we got our first. That was our first time ever interviewing a freaking head coach.
Well, I felt
tell you
bad.
that.
And Hillary Knight.
And Hillary Knight. We're like,
Taylor Heisey?
What do I do with my hands?
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't there yet.
She was injured.
Who else was it? Hillary Knight. I can't remember. We'll have to go back on that.
Yeah.
But,
anyways.
No, to be honest,
that was our
I
first
felt
time.
bad because I just kept telling Cole, I was like, dude, I don't care who's in that room. I'm just going to ask so many questions.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was just like overpowering everybody but you. And I was like, all right, you can go ahead. Because like now I'm at a draw here where
we're like, this guy went to school for this, so can we pass some of the heat on him?
Like, I was just like, I just want to know what I know.
Yeah.
I grew up playing hockey. I just wanted to fill out the situation, but that was amazing. So incredible. Thank you.
Let's talk about the new prospect that was announced, today or yesterday?
Today, yeah. So the KHL,
love that league.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Utah's arguably their two top prospects. Maybe you might put them 2 and 3, 1 and 3, whatever you want to do. But Daniil Boot and Dmitry Simashev, they both play for the same team. They're the same age. They were drafted like a couple spots apart, like 6 and 13 or 6 and 12, something like that.
Nice.
In the same draft. Both to Arizona, now Utah. Mm-hmm. And so they play on the same KHL team, and they won the Gagarin Cup today. So that's like the Stanley Cup of the KHL.
Yeah.
And then in his on-ice interview, Dmitry Simashev, he's like, oh yeah, like I'm going to Utah now. So,
so that was the
Bill Armstrong had been saying like, like we want to bring these guys over this year, but now it's like there was always that like thought like, oh, maybe they won't come over. Like maybe they're comfortable in Russia, don't have to learn a language, that kind of stuff, or at least not yet.
Right.
And so now it's confirmed that at least he's going.
Spilled the beans, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
So, and we'll see about Daniil Boot as well. But these guys are both huge men. Like
absolutely
big as in size.
Hey,
okay, that's what we need. That's
6'5".
Hey,
perfect. What?
Go handle my light work. That's what it's. That's exactly what it's going to be.
What's that?
I don't know what
the
he's
tap
talking
on the
about.
shoulder.
Okay.
Go out there and tap somebody.
But
Simashev, 6'5" guy ain't gonna be fighting.
Body,
so he's the smaller of the two at 6'5".
Wow.
And he's the defenseman. So Boot's a forward. He's a 6'6" winger.
Holy crap!
Is that what Utah needs?
Yes,
that's exactly.
Sure that's exactly.
And that's what I've been saying. Like I was watching NHL tonight or something, and they made the comment of all the teams that are going to make that push in the playoffs and make a difference in the playoffs. It's
physicality.
It's size.
Yeah.
Well, it's physicality and size, man.
I've said this time and time again. Okay, I've said this time and time again. Coming from me being my size and hockey, we were the fastest people on the ice. Right? Puck moves faster than anything on the ice. When you can't create time and space due to physicality, where are you going?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
You're going nowhere.
We need that physicality to take away everybody else's time and space to create the time and space for us with puck movement and the skill level that we have to
And we've got enough.
forward.
We've got with what we have now. We have enough skill level. We've got
Absolutely.
enough skill shooters, passers,
But that
whatever.
also draws into correlation. Like, who are they going to get rid of? Who's going to get called down?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about like
What are your
Tej
thoughts on that?
to
Let's hear
begin
that.
with,
We do
right?
have a little bit of insight on that already. I don't know if you saw, but Michael Carconi was pretty outspoken.
Yeah,
that
he's
not
like,
coming back.
I'm not going. Yeah.
Nick Bugstad is still unsigned, so I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if he didn't come back. That's another
Everybody's
big body,
over here
but-
saying Marner, bring Marner. No,
Yeah.
we don't need
Yeah,
him.
well, that deserves
we
its
don't
own
need him.
side conversation.
We don't
Yeah,
need
yes.
him though.
That's-
we don't
that's
need
separate
him
for sure.
We
Yeah.
don't need him. I'm sorry. We don't need him.
But yeah.
Don't bring the curse of Canada down to Utah.
Hey, I'm Canadian.
Well,
wash my
let's say
hands of
the
this.
curse of the Maple
Yeah.
Leafs.
Hey, what a boot it, eh? Just teasing.
We'll
I've
see
been
you
to
guys at the
Canada more
Olympics
times
next
next
year.
year. I love that.
I can't wait for that. That's
Yeah.
going to be awesome.
Oh yeah,
With all due respect.
Yeah.
With all due respect. I've been to Canada a lot, so.
yeah. No, I don't even associate with Eastern Canada either.
Yeah.
So just
Stay
kidding,
Western.
but-
Yeah, stay Western.
I mean, more so the Canada curse of not getting the cup. They might get it this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think the Maple Leafs actually have a bigger curse than Canada as a whole. So
Justin Bieber did that one. Though. It was Drake before that.
So yeah, we don't. I don't think we want to bring Marner here. He's he's
No,
a
no.
skill guy. We have enough
Well,
skill guys.
And back to where we were, right? Like, we do need big body.
Yes.
Well, and if you look at everybody that Bill Armstrong has drafted, basically, like everybody that's currently in Utah's prospect pool, aside from TJ Ginla, is 6 foot or above.
Yeah.
TJ Ginla is the only one whose height starts with a 5.
And there's nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
Bill is doing exactly what you think. Like exactly what you're saying is like, hey, you need to get bigger. This is how
Yeah.
you win
And
championships.
you know what?
look at that
Depending on
Florida
who
team,
we-
that
yeah.
Vegas team, they're all big guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Depending on who we're playing, we need those bigger bodies to defend that bigger space.
Yeah.
Depending on, it's all a correlation on what team you're playing. It's not necessarily the whole season.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people think about that when it comes into like, oh, well, why is Spicy Tuna not playing? Why is
Right.
Liam not playing? Liam has a role, and he does damn good at it. Shout out to Liam, right? Like, but at the end of the day, you got to fill that role.
Yep.
And if you're not fulfilling that role, welcome to the big leagues, right? And I can't speak for that because I'm not.
You got the beard of a spicy tuna. But
I punch. I swing up. I swing down. damn
Who's
it.
the guy that I compared you to? Joe Thornton. Was it Thornton?
Oh yeah, the mini version of.
that's the nicest beard.
I
the NHL has
put
ever
them
seen.
side by side, and I was like, bro, that's actually it's pretty.
So I was
spot
actually
on.
going to trim mine, and then I was like,
Now,
wait, I got to come on
playoffs.
this podcast.
Yeah, dude,
I'm going to
yeah.
civic suggestion. Like, come on.
My man.
Keep growing it, man. Let it go. Just let it go.
It's not what you wear; it's how you rock it, brother.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're in the hockey world now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you always have been, but yeah.
Did you grow up playing?
Oh yeah, my whole life. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
When are we going to step on the ice?
So you're
In Arizona?
Every Wednesday, or today I didn't play, but most Wednesdays.
Do you do
Wednesdays we
drop-ins
go
up
drop in at Steiner there.
Oh, you're up in Steiner. Okay. So
Okay.
you're up a little bit or down southish.
for some reason I thought you were up north. I don't know why.
I live in Salt Lake.
Okay. Cool.
Well, let me know. I'll go hang
Yeah.
out with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
We go Wednesdays, most Wednesdays anyway.
Awesome.
Like
Well,
me
Oh,
and Jay
they
Stevens
go
and
at
Cole Badger.
freaking 12
no way.
o'clock.
Yeah,
perfect.
Noon.
yeah.
That'll give
He
me
can
a,
go. I can't.
That'll give me a day off. I'm in. See you there.
Yeah.
Not even kidding.
So, I mean, so you played growing up in BC? Or
Yeah,
what?
I never made it anywhere. But
How old are
Yeah.
you?
I'm 25.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
you're
but
young.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was one of those guys that like was always outside in the backyard or on the driveway shooting pucks and just having fun, playing with friends. Like most of the neighborhood kids also played, and so
yeah.
and my brother didn't like play, but he would play with us, and so it was just like a fun thing to do outside, and that was the thing.
I mean, winning in Canada, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And so, and then, from there, that was when I was like 5-6 years old. And then, it kind of became less of a hobby and more of an obsession. It was like, start collecting all the cards and watching all the games and, collecting Canucks jerseys and all that kind of stuff.
Why didn't we talk to this fellow like after interviews? And shit? Like
We get busy. Everybody gets busy. And,
know,
then,
but he's
and then I
insane.
remembered, I was like, I have Brogan's number. What
Yeah.
am I doing?
yeah, no kidding.
You guys kept me
I'm
waiting
gonna-
for a long time.
I know. I was like, I got to hit him
Reach
up.
out, man.
Yeah.
I want to go play hockey with you too.
Yeah,
Damn.
we'll do it.
No, that's
Yeah.
amazing. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I love this.
Who
This
was
is
your
awesome.
team growing up?
Vancouver.
Yeah, Canucks.
So
All
yeah,
right.
I mean, we
All right,
got
so
the
you-
mascot going out to Arizona. So you're going to Arizona, Deseret. We're going back to the desert.
We'll see.
I'll call them for you.
Yeah.
They might not like what I have to say, but
So
let's get this gentleman out there. It needs to happen. It's good
Yeah.
news.
So I mean, when you got your job,
Yeah.
how was that? Was that just like a surreal
That was crazy.
kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. So it did start as an internship. It's now kind of upgraded to, I'm not sure exactly what the title is, but, you know,
Badass.
not intern. I don't know, just regular writer, I guess. But yeah, it was really cool, you know, even just, you know, realizing like, hey, I'm going to have my full-time job just be watching hockey, talking to hockey players, like going and, you know, hanging out with guys and talking about hockey.
That's the dream, man. Yeah.
You know, and even as an intern, like it was like, okay, that's the dream internship.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it sort of obviously evolved into you know, a full-time position and that kind of thing. And not much has changed in terms of like day-to-day stuff since the, you know, upgrade or anything like that. But, you know, it's just kind of cool that like, hey, like, I guess I earned it, or, you know, you know, it was good enough that, you know, they decided to bring me back. And so
there's no such thing as good enough.
Yeah,
you earned
it. Yeah.
Yep. My boss at my work, he hates that word or 2 words.
Yeah.
Good enough.
I bet.
You know?
Yeah.
Well,
it's either there or it's not, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, just like the last episode we just talked about.
yeah.
I don't believe in success. It's accomplishments.
Yeah.
And keep learning, keep growing, right? Like,
Yeah. But yeah, definitely like the first time, you know, walking into the locker room.
I was just gonna ask you, like, how was that moment?
Yeah.
I mean, we had Cole Bagley on, and we asked him
did
like,
you?
how was that?
Yeah.
You know, walking in the
Like
locker room
you
for
got
the
to
first
maintain
time.
your professionalism. You
Yeah,
can't
there-
fanboy out.
well, so that's the thing is
You're
Cole and I, you know, on the side, we'd like be fanboying over there. Like, I remember that one of the preseason games. You know, I ran into Cole on the concourse, when, you know, between periods or something. And I was like, dude, we're like NHL reporters now. Like, this is kind of crazy, you know. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. Like,
Love
it's
that.
just how it goes. But no, that first day, like, I think it was during training camp. You know, we're just kind of heading over to the locker room, and the PR guys like giving us a little spiel of like, okay, like here's, you know, you can go in and talk to these guys, and, you know, here's when you come out and that kind of stuff. And eventually, you know, we get in there. And I'm just like standing there. I'm like, okay, that's Clayton Keller right there.
Well, I had all these.
Mikhail Sergachev.
I had all these questions, and I don't remember what.
Right. Yeah. And the first couple times, like I'd just stand there and I'd be looking around like, who am I going to talk to?
What do I
first?
do?
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah. It really, no, exactly. And it was really intimidating. You know, probably for the first month or two at least. Like,
Absolutely.
and
But
you know,
I was
you
gonna say, you
eventually
probably
get
got
more
used
comfortable
to
with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just like when we started this, I was like,
I mean,
Yeah.
the team had like, there's been multiple interviews where they're like, we were intimidated, like playing in this big arena, like, and that they kind of blame that as a fault of why they started off slow, winning games at home. They're like, maybe that had something to do with it. But
well, yeah, you go from
they're all everybody's human, you know, and NHL players felt that coming to Utah. I think
4,500 people to 12 to 13,000.
Yeah. 16 with the upper concourse.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. And then you being in the midst of all of
that's
it.
actually insane to think about. 16,000 people is nuts.
Yeah.
And it's only going to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, hey,
So
proud of you. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm
congrats
not trying
on-
to sound like a parent by all means. But like that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. So any memorable interviews or just moments that you've had so
Things
far?
that stick out. That
The
weren't
most
just-
memorable ones are the ones that's like, holy crap, like that's him. Like Sidney Crosby was the biggest one. Like, yeah, like just standing there and, you know, I'm like,
You're like, oh, I'm over here talking to this guy.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm within like breath smelling distance of Sidney Crosby. Like, what
Wash
the
your
heck?
damn
You can
mitts.
smell his armpits. You can smell his hockey stank.
Yeah, and you know, obviously
Hey,
when the Canucks came to town,
I
too,
don't
that was
care
a
what
big one,
anybody
but-
says. For some reason, I enjoy my own hockey.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh no, it's
It's a real thing.
It's a thing. Yeah.
I mean, maybe your own. I get that. I can
Not my own
understand.
farts like you, but like the gloves and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's accomplishment.
So you said when the Canucks came into town.
Yeah, no, that was
was a
just
big one
another
for
It's
you?
like, yeah, like wow, these are guys that, you know, I grew up watching. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until partway through the game, but Daniel Sedin, who now works for the team in player development or something like that, he was with the team and he was sitting behind me in the press row area, and I'm like, whoa, that was my favorite player.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And you're over there like,
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I don't know what other to do than
I actually
wave.
didn't realize it until I
dude.
think the first intermission, and then I was returning to my seat at the same time as he was, and I bumped into him. I was like, "What are you doing here?"
You're,
like literally my two favorite players of all time, Henrik and Daniel Sedin.
that's awesome.
You know, and so that was a really
And
cool
I
one.
feel like that kind of rolls into even the same frame of us, right? Like at first it was like, oh my gosh, I got Theo's number. Like,
No, we
hey,
just-
Gauthier. And then now it's like, it's a hockey community, man. Like, hockey.
Yeah.
Like, we're just dialed in. We're having fun. It's just like, we're all here for the same thing, even though you're way better than me. Or
No,
you
that's
know
not
what I
true.
mean? Like,
That's not true. I don't have a studio.
well, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about like, the
Okay.
pros. Like, it's just like, you've got what you've got going, right? Like, but you're still just as genuine as you were when you started.
Yeah.
Right? And you carry that everywhere, you know? And that's cool. And I love that because that's just how it is. Obviously there's a PR to it, whatever. And you respect that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can't do that, right? Like when we interviewed Hillary Knight, shout out Hillary Knight. Thank you for all of the time that I got to take with that. That was cool, and shout out to all of it. It's just crazy how now it doesn't really phase as much
Yeah.
when you're just there to be having fun and getting to meet the dudes and be hockey and keep the
I mean, at the end of the day,
there's
just
right
everybody's
there, 21
human.
minutes.
Quit,
There's 2 of them.
quit making me bleep you out.
3,
There's 4. All right, you're done.
21 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
It's gonna be like a kid playing with a phone with a dial tone.
Yeah.
That or it's just going to sound like a freaking Mario.
That would be funny.
Sorry.
Anyways, so yeah, sometimes we just go off on tangents, but so what's your assessment? We've got a little bit of time left,
So
but
you grew up in BC, right?
Yeah.
I remember going up to BC on a bus,
Okay.
starting from the ice sheet, right? Where you're now here. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
24-hour bus ride all the way up through Oregon, out of that, hop on a ferry, take it across the province or across, I don't know.
Yeah, that like straight
province.
or whatever it is. Yeah.
Like on a
Over
ferry,
to the
you
island.
just park on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we would just travel all the way through from west to east.
Okay.
And so we hit like BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan. I mean, we went all the way through.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even undress. We would just leave or we'd take our skates off or leave them on and have the skate guards on and mob through Canada for 7 days. Funnest time of my life. And I've done that like 10 times.
Wow.
It was insane.
and he didn't win a single game.
Actually,
No,
no.
I'm just kidding.
There was one. No, we didn't actually.
Oh.
Fair. You're not wrong. We went up there and got beat 9-1, and then we didn't have none of that. Went back. It's like AAA up there. It's not. It's not like us as a AA team. That was insane hockey.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 12,
Really?
10 to 12 ish. Yeah,
I'm good.
and then straight up, literally mob through. We got our kicked. Beep. Ended up coming back the next year, played the same teams, everything, and we did off ice training. We worked our butts off. We had the ice time. We were invested into it now. Excuse me. And went up there and beat that same team that beat us 9-1, and then mopped the whole floor in Canada.
Wow.
It was awesome. We were ranked like 11th in the nation at that point, AA.
That's
fun.
cool.
Yeah, just a little comeback story. I
Yeah.
like that one show.
BC, British Columbia.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Beautiful?
Go up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, does Utah remind you a little bit of the BC
but
area?
It is different for sure. Like we don't have like all the red rock and desert kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
right. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not
Well,
for
when
sure.
you get down south.
And our
heard
mountains are
Calgary's
more
more-
tree mountains. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
Like pine.
yeah, exactly.
Pine,
Like
yeah.
yeah, they're just like covered in
Ah,
mountains
dude,
in trees.
What part of
love
BC?
that.
So I'm from the Okanagan Valley, so city called Vernon.
Okanagan?
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
yeah, I've
it's near
gone to
Kelowna
camps.
where TG
Yeah,
Gimlet
yeah.
plays, and
I've been to
that, so-
Okanagan.
Okay, yeah,
I think Tuna's there right now. Well,
Are you still good at hockey?
yeah, he might be there.
I've never been good at hockey.
Shut up. Me either.
Same.
I'm
Dude,
gonna say
whatever.
that too.
Hey, he was doing some stick handling in my front room the other day, and I was like, so like, why aren't you playing in the NHL? He was, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot better out there, but dude,
Thank you, Cole. I needed that.
I did say that though. You remember that, right?
Yeah, come on.
I was like, why aren't you playing in the NHL, dude?
I appreciate
Freaking old man.
I appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Hey, I hear they're looking for a bottom six forward.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, winter tryouts, boys.
You could be the new Theo Fleury.
Yeah.
I'll just go out there and slap people with my stick in the face. I don't care. I'll be wearing a full
High
cage,
sticking
though.
again on Destin.
Yeah, I'll be wearing a full cage, okay? And I'm going to just honestly be playing just top point of the goalie.
Yeah.
Just in case there's a breakaway, I'm just going to be sitting right there.
Brogan, we got some time left here. I want to hear your analysis for next season. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just overall.
I definitely think there's a chance for Utah to go and do some good things next year. You know, they just fell short this year. Anything less than that would be seen as a step back, right? And so they need to take a step forward. That step forward has to be the first round of the playoffs. And if they've done that, I think they're successful.
Yeah.
They could do that by adding in free agency. They've got a ton of draft capital and prospects that they could use in trades like the Sergachev trade if they ever wanted to. And then with these Russian guys coming over, like, you know, adding some size there. And,
Yeah, that's exciting. And I think that's one thing that like us, like new Utah fans, didn't think about, right? Like all the draft seasons prior to the team moving.
Utah got
there's people
Utah
that
got
the
a good
team
deal.
drafted years ago that are now working their way in. So
We have
I'm
plenty
excited.
of room for what we want to make happen.
I'm excited to see how that unfolds.
Utah didn't have to go through the whole, like, you know, losing every single season, you know, top 6 picks for however many years in a row. And
So I'm saying,
yeah,
well, I want to hear your projection on this. Playoffs next year?
probably,
I agree.
or at least that should be the goal. That's
Well, understandably, yeah. I think playoffs for me personally, yes, next year. I'm, maybe like a lower upper end.
yeah, like a wild card or something.
Yeah. On top of that, cup. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just toss it. It doesn't matter.
Someday, it's
Sunday.
possible.
Yeah. How many days though? I mean, don't keep the people waiting, man. We want to hear it.
Yeah.
You're the insider. We want to know.
Yeah, Thursday of 2030.
2020, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. 2028. Yeah. No, I'm saying 2027. We have a run at the cup.
Yeah, it sure is possible.
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Like I think
we're not on a rebuild. We're on a build.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
we're in the middle of it.
And that's the most important to think about. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of transitional phases going on through everything, right? So with that being said, it's like I genuinely feel 27, 28, 29. We'll have a run at the cup.
Well, and here's something to think about is like other teams, how long did it take them from the day they drafted their stud until the day they won the cup?
Yeah.
Well, we're probably going to consider, you know, Cooley, Gunther, those are the studs,
yeah.
right? So
Any news on Cooley
8,
yet?
9, 10 years, and then you're winning the cup, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was with Florida. That's how it was with Colorado.
And I'm a Blackhawks
Tampa.
fan, and I mean when Kane and Taves and
Well,
Duncan
they did it
Keith
pretty
and-
early, actually. That's a good point.
That's
that-
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's hey.
Yeah, so maybe you just
I'm
have
not
to,
ruling anything out.
Yeah,
here,
it's
man.
true. It's true.
So
what were you saying?
You bring in some size, and it might be the right time.
Yeah.
Cooley, did they finalize an agreement with him yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No.
Because I know
Well, they
his is
better
still
figure that-
outstanding.
They better figure that out.
Dude, I don't know if I'm going to get any backlash from this, but I think he could potentially be the star of the team. I think he has the potential of.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Outscoring Keller. Honestly,
Well,
Yeah.
like
no, it's
he
without
is
a doubt.
a
it's
stud.
coming. It's coming.
Yeah,
And this is another thing that goes out to the youth hockey programs. I'm going to say this again because I've said it how many times.
All right,
It doesn't matter if you're a first liner, second liner, or a third liner, right? You go out there and you perform where you need to be at what time you need to be and where it works and what you need to do to accomplish what you need to get done.
And Cooley is.
It doesn't matter that if you're
Cooley
a
is
first liner. You know what?
proving
Sometimes
that.
I'll play a third line versus their first line to get my first line or, dominant, if you will, which isn't the case. You're a unified team, play as a team, and carry that on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think
And know your role to win a damn cup and hoist that damn thing.
Logan Coolie does that 100%. He is. I think he's going to be. Everybody sees it.
Yeah.
I love Keller, but I really
was
do think that Cooley's going to.
And Sergey's a huge move, dude. That was
I mean, they're all great. They're all great. And, but
No, I
man,
think- so
Cooley is
what
showing
I've
up
been-
and showing out, man. He's a stud.
What I've been telling people is I think Cooley has the highest ceiling of like a U21
Yes.
player of anybody not named Celebrini or Bedard.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's
I agree.
Cooley.
Boom, stamp that.
You know, right below those guys, maybe Michkov right on the same level. And that's,
he's good,
you know, that's the A class of forwards.
But you're not wrong, especially when you just said 21.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah,
come
he's 20 years, or no, he just turned 21 this month, actually.
They're so young.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no,
Crazy.
you nailed that right on the head. It's
literally
like,
they had a team Halloween party this year at a bar, and he wasn't old enough to go to the team Halloween party. Isn't that crazy? I love that. It was him and Maverick Lamoureux. They couldn't get in.
Oh yeah, Lamoureux.
You know,
I like Lamoureux too, though. I don't know.
They're like peeking through the windows. Hey guys.
But no, and that's amazing though. Like I mean, just for the yeah. I'm in the parking lot if you want to come in.
Yeah, no, car bar. Well, Lamoureux, I didn't talk to Logan about this. I talked to Mav though about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I rode one of those little scooters over there, and they wouldn't let me in, so I had to ride it back to my hotel."
So I tried.
Yeah, I was like,
"Where was that? The Westerner?"
They didn't tell me that. I don't know where it was, but yeah, sounded like they had a good time.
Awesome.
Minus two guys.
You know, he had a good time.
And cherish those little side stories that you get to hear about, you know, and post them because I want to hear about them.
Well,
you know?
I did. You
I know
gotta
you
read
do.
my stuff.
I see your stuff and I'm like, love that.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, obviously, as a professional, you can't just go around getting like, "Hey, can I get an autograph?"
Yeah.
I
But I enjoy those like little fun side stories that aren't so much statistics and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I love hearing
just
stuff
like a
like
genuine,
that. So
like just the authenticity of everything, and that's just like why we love doing what we do.
yep.
Yeah.
You know, your story's amazing. This is fun. We're gonna have you on again. We'll see you in Arizona. Thank you, Deseret. And so that's been amazing. So
Last words, last thoughts.
anything?
Just thanks for having me. It's
Yeah.
been fun.
Hey, thank you for being here.
Go Mammoth. Tusks up.
All right.
When do I get
Tusks
it?
up.
Yeah, when do I get to dangle you?
Show up to drop in. I'll be there.
Noon on Wednesday. All right.
All right, Brogan. We're looking
thank
forward to your continuous coverage of the team. I think you do a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
So, you know, looking forward to next season and seeing where everything else goes. So,
Okay. Thank you guys.
shout out to that, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on. We'll see you next time. This has been the Buck Drop Podcast.